All right, Jerry. All right, Jerry.
Sorry.
Oh,
March 20th,
Yes.
2019, we concurred with the Bainbridge Township trustees in not requesting the hearing on a liquor license being requested by Discount Drug Mart Incorporated, doing business as Discount Drug Mart located at 8459 East Washington Boulevard, Chagrin Falls. That's just their relocation to the old Sears building. For the Department of Water Resources, I approved and executed a service contract agreement with Geauga Door Sales and Service Incorporated to perform door repair services as needed at various locations within the department for a 3-year period in the amount not to exceed $6,000, $2,000 per year, and approved and executed a service contract agreement with Hannon Electric Company to perform electrical work including motor and blower service and repairs at various locations within the department for a 1-year period, 2019, in an amount not to exceed $5,000.
Okay, thank you. Item 2, the Commissioner's Office requesting the Board approve and execute Resolution number 19-043, itemizing the financials for the meeting of March 26, 2019.
Okay, the financials include a transfer from the Commissioner's miscellaneous operating fund to maintenance to cover funds needed to increase the service contract, and another transfer from our miscellaneous operating transfers to public defender to cover increases to their salary accounts. A cash transfer from the Commissioners to the Sheriff for the local match on the Violence Against Women Act grant numbers 2018 WFVA2 8214 and 2017 WFVA2-8214A. Encumbrances include a travel request from the Common Pleas to attend the 2019 Court Technology Conference in Columbus, and a travel request from the Department of Community Development to attend the OCCD 2019 Spring Meeting in Columbus, and a travel request from the Engineer's Office to attend the 2019 Bridge Workers, Supervisors, and Engineers Conference and Trade Show. A purchase order from Maintenance to Lingo Communications LLC, which bought the Birch Communications Incorporated company. We had an open encumbrance, and this is basically the balance of that encumbrance once it gets closed. There's 2 then and nows, one from Municipal Court for a appointed counsel fee that was not previously encumbered from earlier this year, and one for Transit to MT Business Technologies for some copier usage charges from last year. Vouchers include $15,273.50 from the Auditor's Office to the Treasurer of State of Ohio for a portion of the charges for the 2018 financial audit, $67,499 from the Commissioner's Office to Ohio State University for our first quarter 2019 funding of University Extension Services, and $30,000 from the Commissioner's Office to the Geauga County Airport Authority for 2019 required safety improvements. And there's 2 revenue certifications, one from the engineer in their road fund for Ohio Public Works project revenue, and mental health in their Adams Fund for additional federal grants.
Thank you. The $30,000 for the airport, is that what we did the last couple weeks ago?
For future
Okay.
safety.
Okay.
Yeah, we had to move the money and get the appropriations and stuff in place in order to make that.
I see.
That actual,
Okay.
cut that check today.
And then I just had a couple other I was looking through. So related back to last week's discussion about the West Geauga Plaza for the senior center, the rental. I see there's a $35,100. Can you explain that payment? Is that for the year?
Yeah, that's them just setting up the encumbrance to then pay the monthly rental
Okay,
fee for.
we're not paying that all in one
No,
up front.
no.
Okay, okay.
No, they're just getting the encumbrance set up.
Okay. Okay. There was one other. Yeah, the Job and Family Services also, there was a few in here for Applewood Centers, residential placement. is that, maybe you can expound on those? What is that for?
It's a residential facility, and so a child's placed there.
That's the child placement?
Mhm.
Applewood is?
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay.
There's a number of different places that you guys
I haven't heard
use
that
for
one.
that,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's we've had a contract with them for a while, but this is the first child we've had placed there in quite a while.
Okay, so you've got February, looks like mostly February. So that's all for one child, all those? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, those can be anywhere from 300 to,
Yeah, that one's a
400,
little over.
500.
Yeah, I feel like that one's
A
$395.
day.
Day, okay.
Yeah, I think it's $395.
I was thinking Applewood Apartments or something.
Oh.
You know, and I was like, why are we spending this kind of money over here, you know?
Right.
it's just a really nice apartment that's over there.
Now it's a treatment
Yeah,
facility.
okay.
It's
okay.
funny the
You should
names that
see
they have for
the
some of these
Yeah.
fixtures in
I
there.
was like, dang, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Okay,
No treatment.
okay, all right,
It's a,
very good. I see, there's always an explanation. You just gotta, yeah.
All you gotta do is ask.
That's right, that's right. Okay, great, so can we get a motion to approve the financials?
I so move.
Second.
Commissioner DeWark?
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye.
Commissioner Levin?
Aye. Thank you,
Very
Adrian,
much.
appreciate it. Okay, all right, Craig. How are you this morning?
Okay, how are you?
Good, good, good. Get this one going.
at least it's springtime,
That's
right?
right, well, kind of, yeah,
We're getting there.
yeah, the sun's out.
In date.
So
Yes.
at least this time of year is when we come and ask you guys to recognize April as Child Abuse and Neglect Prevention Month. You know, it's something we do here in Geauga, but it's also done statewide. And we also have a kickoff that's going to be at JFS on the 1st at 2 o'clock that we've sent an invite to you guys to. So we'd love to, if you're available, to come and,
When,
Come visit
when is
us.
that today?
No, Monday.
Monday.
yeah, at 2 o'clock.
Okay, yep, yeah, I think we, every year we
Yeah.
come to that, right?
Yeah, and some, and years past, you guys have actually stood up and said a few words and read the resolution
Right.
in front of staff. I think we'll have some light refreshments, and we're gonna do a little presentation about our Child Advocacy Center, just to update you on sort of where we're at, what we're doing with it. I believe the cameras are up. I don't know if they're up and running yet.
Yes.
Did they do
are
their
up.
first interview yet, or no? Or?
It's supposed to be this weekend.
Okay, so we're really
Oh,
getting
good.
that up and running. We've picked out a therapy dog.
And that's, I saw that in the financials, yeah. And so that's over at the, by Alpine Valley there? Is that
No,
where-
Bass Lake.
Oh, Bass Lake.
Yeah,
okay.
there's
Yeah.
a building that's technically, it's on the property of the Chardon Golf Course, but it's
That's right.
behind Bass Lake, behind the Bass Lake, the tavern, but also behind the hotel.
Oh, good.
The motel, bed and breakfast that's over there. There's
And
a
so
building-
Brad is kind of the head not up, Brad Welp, a little bit?
He's worked really hard like on the grant with them.
Okay.
We promoted Haley Philco, one of our
Yep.
caseworkers. She's going to be the manager of the CAC, and then we'll still have another position to fill after that.
Great.
So, yeah, so they work closely together, and then Scott Christopher, our sex abuse investigator, he's been really involved with it as well.
And we're happy to give you guys a tour if you want to. I know they've done a bunch of painting, and then you have cameras up there that we're
Mhm.
gonna use for the interview rooms. Really cleaned it out and getting it ready for that, but really trying to make an environment that's really therapeutically optimal for a child to go
Mhm.
to, that's not intimidated by like a big JFS building with people bussing around. When you have little kids that have experienced trauma, it's a much more optimal environment for them to talk about what's happened to them.
How frequent do you, I mean, I'm sure it kind of changes with the, monthly, but is it a common occurrence that you're doing a lot of these interviews?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
sex abuse interviews,
Yeah.
yeah, we had over, I think Scott had over
150 cases last year.
Is that right?
No, not all of those. Some of those are just cases that Scott will do that we're not involved with, but the majority are, I mean, we had over 100 as well. I feel like we were closer to 125 or something like
Mhm.
that. So not quite to the same number as Scott, because some he just does as adults, or it doesn't involve like a child or a child in our county.
Mhm.
So, so yeah, it's,
It'll
at least
be
about
well
10 a month.
used.
Right,
And
right.
we said we could use it for other, even though the thought behind it is about sex abuse, if there's a serious physical abuse case,
Mhm.
then we could use it for that too. It just has to be used for victims of.
Mhm.
And also potentially, cases against women or men, like physical abuse. If there's someone that needs a woman safe, maybe we can partner with them. Or we also presented the CAC to the police chiefs meeting last,
This
it
week.
was a couple weeks ago?
I think it was-
Okay, last week. And then, so let them know that the facility's there. And I think it'll be kind of morph into what it's really gonna be, but the first use is gonna be as a child advocacy center.
Okay.
And we don't have to now go to Summit, Geauga, Portage,
Or
Mhm.
Ashtabula Beulah anymore. We can have one in our backyard.
I saw also for the sponsorship, there's for every car sold, there's.
Yeah, Junction Auto has
yeah.
done it for several years for us
Mhm.
now, and so for every car that they sell, whether it's used or new, they donate $50.
Okay,
just to
and what
be
does that
used.
go towards?
We use it for different prevention type of activities, and
Mhm.
so if there's a family that, I don't know, we've used it like to help with rent or something to avoid them being in a situation that would cause
Okay.
further involvement from us. So
Yeah.
it's it's incredibly generous of him, and
Mhm.
it's flexible money that we can use
Because
for.
a lot of the funding that we get is kind of got strings attached to
Specific,
it. And so to have some flexible funding that we can pay for some things that we may not be able to with state
Mhm.
funds or what have you, this enables us to do, and we've used it for some APS,
Mhm. Yeah, he's allowed
situations
us to use it
too.
for adult protective too.
So,
Yeah,
and he's
that's very-
allowed for us to do that.
Yeah, that's
So,
very nice.
you know,
Yeah.
And that goes on for the month of March, or for month of
month of
April?
Every car he
Yeah.
sells in.
The month of April.
Wow,
And
that's
ends up being
great.
a nice chunk of money.
Yeah, it's
I'll
very
bet.
generous. And he lets us put the pinwheels like in the yard
Mhm.
and on the hill there too.
Yeah, he's got a soft place,
Yeah.
for
Yeah, he's been very
helping kids and
supportive.
families. He's really been a support. And another thing, I just wanted to let you guys know, if you haven't heard already, that the current administration, Governor DeWine is really trying to make a commitment to children and families, and in his first proposed budget, he's really demonstrated that he wants to no longer have Ohio be 50th out of 50 when it comes to state funding for children's services. Ohio used to be, or has been, and still is
Mhm.
until it gets approved, last in the country when it comes to state-supported children's services, and he wants to make a commitment for that to never be the case again.
Hmm.
So he has indicated in his proposed budget that he wants to have an influx of funds for child and adult protective services. Now, we'll see if it actually gets passed through, but, we're really trying to advocate, at least to our legislators, and to really support that. I definitely know Sarah that's something that she would be incredibly, supportive of, and I would think Senator Eklund and other folks would be too. So we'll see, but I just wanted to have you guys to have that update, and it's really a breath of fresh air to have an administration that's indicating that they see the need there and they really want to support it. So we'll see.
Interesting.
So with that being said, we just asked you guys to approve the resolution and recognize this month as Child Abuse and Neglect Prevention Month.
Okay, you want to read that, please?
It's down there.
Oh.
I don't have it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
I'll take this one out, and then I'll give you guys this one. So you can use that today. Resolution recognizing April 2019 as Child Abuse Prevention Month. Whereas we know that our children are our future and that it will someday fall to them to shape our community, our nation, and the world for all future generations. And whereas, as a community, Geauga County values the importance of providing a safe and supportive environment in which families can nurture, love, and parent their children. And whereas children who are loved and nurtured grow to love and nurture others and to provide the love and care bestowed upon them to their children, their family, and their community. And whereas, while as a community we are blessed to have many wonderful nurturing families, we must recognize that Geauga County is not immune from the reality that some children in our county endure abuse and neglect. And whereas, as a caring community, we must not only respond to and stop abuse and neglect where it exists, we must also be diligent in our efforts to prevent child abuse and neglect and ensure that our community is aware of its role in recognizing and preventing child abuse and neglect. Therefore, be it resolved that the Geauga County Board of Commissioners recognize April 2019 as Child Abuse Prevention Month in Geauga County.
Motion, please.
I make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye.
Commissioner Munn?
Aye.
Thank
Great.
you guys
Thank
so
you
much.
very much.
We'll see you on Monday.
Okay. Very much. This would be. Yes, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Awesome.
Great, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Okay. Sure.
It's from Archives and Records, just to contract with Shred Right for them to be able to do their appropriate shredding during the year.
Okay, motion, please.
So move.
Second.
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye.
Commissioner Munn?
Aye.
Okay, on this one, there is a place to sign, and then on the next page, there's lines you have to initial as well.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Building department. Good morning, guys.
Morning.
How are ya?
Morning, Dave.
How's everybody doing?
Good, yourself?
Good, good.
Getting busy out there?
I'm starting to get all these rain holes off.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am.
Northeast Ohio, right? Yeah. Just each one. Initial.
So, yeah, there's like 3 lines, like in each
Each per-
cluster.
okay.
Yeah, so you have to each sign.
Okay.
That would be Laura.
Yep, yep.
We're here today to do our annual commercial plan exam contract. Everything is basically the same, except we added 2 people. For various reasons, everybody's usually in and out all the time, so at least we can go to different people. Again, the contract calls for an hour per wage, which is charged on the permit, so the county doesn't.
Mhm.
So basically, everything is the same except we added 2.
Sounds good.
So that's 5, 6, 7 of you altogether.
Okay.
Okay, we want to get a reading on those.
Here's
6,
the
7, 8.
The building department is requesting the board approve and execute the agreement with Geauga Architectural and Consulting Services LLC to perform commercial plan review services at the rate of $80 per hour for the period March 31st, 2019 through March 31st, 2022 for 3 years. The building department is requesting the board approve and execute the agreement with Code Consultation and Plan Review Services LLC to perform commercial plan review services at the rate of $80 per hour for the period March 31st, 2019 through March 31st, 2022 for 3 years. The building department is requesting the board approve and execute the agreement with Associated Consulting Solutions LLC to perform commercial plan review services at the rate of $80 per hour for the period March 31st, 2019 through March 31st, 2022 for 3 years. The building department is requesting the board approve and execute the agreement with Hoffman and Associate Architects to perform commercial plan review services at the rate of $80 per hour for the period March 31st, 2019 through March 31st, 2022 for 3 years.
So move.
Commissioner DeWark?
Yes.
Spudler?
Aye.
Commissioner Munn?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
guys.
you.
very much.
Have a good day, guys.
Now you get him.
Oh, jeez.
Hi, Glenn.
Morning.
Morning. How you doing?
Oh, nothing cheap.
You feeling better?
No, what is it?
A little bit.
Not 100%.
Getting around better?
Oh, yeah. Not 100%, yeah.
You don't look good, so.
Excuse me. I didn't hear that. Yeah, I need a couple more days off.
Yeah. Boy, would you fall out of the ugly tree? All right. Good morning.
This is the last janitor that we hired, so the hours just weren't working out for him. So he thought he could make it work, but just saw me
Okay.
put his 2 weeks notice in, so I'm gonna go out there and hire 2 more. So, and try to get this going, so.
Okay.
It's getting hard, getting things up. Some of the other guys are really busting their butts here lately.
Okay. This is the
I think this
in-house,
is gonna be a roving
yeah, yeah.
in and out.
This is the in-house custodian crew instead of going out and contracting. Yeah, and they're doing the prosecutor's office, the
all the
courts.
annex, the courts,
Yeah.
the safety center.
Okay,
Down here.
yeah.
So,
From everything I've heard over the last year, they've been very happy with that setup versus the old way of doing it. Right?
correct, and they get to see them every day,
Mhm.
so, if they got something, hey, we've got a party coming up tomorrow, we'll need a little extra cleaning, those guys get right in it and get it taken care of. So, there's different areas, we wanna step it up a little bit more, but we need to get that one or two people more on that, so. I mean, I think it's going really well. The face contact's what really, really helps a whole lot. As much as I don't like it, because it kind of hurts us a little bit too, but the face contact helps a whole lot, so.
Okay, if we could get a motion.
So move.
Second.
Commissioner DeWort?
Yes.
Commissioner Spiller?
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon?
Aye.
And
That was for 9 and 10.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good
You
day.
Yep.
too, now.
Morning. Yeah,
Good morning, gentlemen.
very good.
We have 4 actions today before the board. Hi, Jerry. So the first one is requesting the board approve and authorize the president of the board to execute the OWDA fund payment request number 5 and contractor's estimate for the Bainbridge trunk main relocation project in the amount of $17,741.12.
You might as well do 12 because it's the other half.
Number 12 is the other half of this action, requesting the board approve and authorize the president of the board to execute the OPWC Appendix E disbursement request form and certification number 5 and contractor's estimate for Bainbridge trunk main relocation project in the same amount of $17,741.12.
So move. Second?
Commissioner DeWort?
Yes.
Commissioner
Aye.
Spiller? Commissioner Lennon?
Aye.
The third action, we are requesting that the board approve and execute the revised County 208 Water Quality Management Plan map for Clarendon Township to reflect the alignment of facility planning prescription areas with parcel boundaries.
Motion, please.
So move. Second?
Commissioner DeWort?
Yes.
Commissioner Spiller?
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
And the last, we are requesting the board grant a variance to the County 208 plan of 1 lot, 1 building, 1 treatment system requirement for WR Real Estate LLC parcel 21-049700, located at 10779 Mayfield Road, Chesterland, is subject to the recording of the declaration of deed restriction. And this is for Aqueduct down on Mayfield.
Mm-hmm. Are they doing a addition or something down there? Did you hear?
No, they just want to tie in. one
Okay.
building, an additional
I thought they were doing some upgrade improvements there. Maybe
To
not.
some buildings they are, but not really to the.
Okay, okay.
So move. Second?
Commissioner DeWort?
Yes.
Commissioner Spiller?
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Thank you.
Groovy.
All right, thank you. Okay, item 15.
The next item is just for the commissioners to approve and execute the agreement with Walter Haverfield
Mhm.
for outside counsel as needed throughout the year. This is just getting them set up so that if we ever needed to have outside counsel, we don't have to go through the whole process of getting them set up, so I'm not foreseeing we're gonna need it this year, but you never know.
Year's young, right?
Yeah.
You're optimistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
So far, certain individuals haven't
That's
started
right.
fights that bring us into.
right, knock on wood.
So move. Second?
Commissioner DeWort?
Yes.
Commissioner Spiller?
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes. Okay, item 16.
The commissioners is requesting the board appoint Jim Dvorak, alternate Jerry Morgan as voting representatives for Geauga County at the SEPCO annual meeting to be held Friday, April 5th, 2019 in Columbus.
So move. Second?
Commissioner DeWort?
Yes.
Commissioner Spiller?
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
And then the 17, you never interviewed one way or another, so I set it up for Jim, but if there was somebody else that you guys wanted for the Health District Advisory Committee on Wednesday evening, you and Ralph are not able to attend. So, I need somebody to go, to the meeting. So I have it set up as Jim to be his alternate for
Okay.
the meeting on the 27th.
So moved.
Second?
Commissioner DeWark?
Yes.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
And then the next item was just based on the interviews last week with the architects to authorize myself or the commissioner's office to begin negotiations with them design for the county offices, so we can bring them up for getting them on board to start doing some review and design and get us moving forward on this process.
Good, good. Yeah, I mean, I thought they were, very fresh and exciting group there and really touched on some points and subjects that I think are gonna be very important moving forward. I think they kind of get what we're talking about here. I think all the firms do, but, I'm kind of excited to, working with this group, I think they've got a grasp of what we're dealing with.
They have a little bit, my opinion, they have a little bit of a benefit to having somebody, the mayor of Willoughby, on board with them.
Yeah.
Just kind of understand, it's more, they actually understand the inside of it rather than what everybody else is seeing from working
That's right.
with governments on the outside.
Yeah, it's unique, for sure. And I do like that, I got a letter from their office, and I think we all did, just basically laying out their schedule for the next year. And I think timing-wise, we're hitting this right in stride with them. Like I've said, it feels like the stars are starting to align on this project. Things are starting to fall into place, and I'm excited to see what they have to say. I mean, this isn't a formal decision we're making here today as far as picking them, but giving you the authority to go and start negotiating with them.
Yep.
Yeah.
It won't be
Okay.
official until we have a contract, and that's what we're working.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Yeah. That's great. Okay. If we could get a motion for agenda item 18.
So moved. Second?
Commissioner DeWark?
Yes.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon?
Aye. And also, the Commissioner's Office requesting the Board move an executive session for the purpose of discussing the compensation of public employees.
So moved. Second?
Commissioner DeWark?
Yes.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon?
Aye. So it'll just be Jerry and, no Adrian?
No.
No, okay. Great, thank you.